This man waited every single day for his son to get home before dark. If his son was even 30 seconds late, he'd lose his temper and start yelling. As soon as they got inside, they locked every door and window tight. Only after making sure the house was completely sealed would the family finally sit down for dinner. One night, everything seemed normal until their dog suddenly started digging at the ground. The father and his two sons instantly realized something was wrong. The father, Cage, grabbed his weapon and stood ready while his older son, Thomas, carefully headed downstairs with a flashlight. Then, someone started pounding on the front door. Cage and Thomas threw their weight against it, holding it shut. After a while, the knocking stopped. It looked like the danger had passed. The next morning, they inspected the door and found deep claw marks, along with a huge hole in the wood. Inside the hole were hundreds of insects. Later, Cage sent them to an abandoned cargo ship near the coast to gather supplies. But instead of helping, Thomas sneaked off to visit his girlfriend at a nearby farm. Meanwhile, Joey searched the ship alone. There wasn't anything useful inside, but he accidentally discovered the monster's nest. He barely escaped with his life, got attacked by a swarm of insects, and somehow made it outside. Then his truck broke down. The sun was setting. Instead of panicking, Joey quickly fixed the truck and rushed home before dark. At the same time, Thomas got so caught up with his girlfriend that he completely forgot the plan. On his way back, he fell into a deep crevice and was knocked unconscious. Joey waited for him at the meeting spot for a long time, but Thomas never showed up. Left with no choice, he returned home alone and told Cage everything. Cage ordered Joey to protect the house no matter what, then took the dog and headed out to find his son. Meanwhile, Thomas wandered through dark caves, desperately searching for a way out. Every tiny sound felt like a warning of death. Then, for the first time, he came face to face with one of the monsters. Frozen with fear, he pulled out a small knife with shaking hands. Just then, Cage arrived and managed to distract the creature, saving his son's life. By now, it was completely dark. The two hid inside a deep ravine, thinking they could survive the night by sealing off the cave entrance. But the ground suddenly started collapsing, and Cage realized that if they stayed there, they wouldn't make it out alive. Back at the house, Joey had fallen asleep. He had no idea a monster was trying to get inside. It reached its arm through an opening and almost grabbed Joey, but it couldn't reach far enough and had to pull back. A few moments later, it finally forced the door open and slowly crept toward Joey. What it didn't know was that Joey was only pretending to be asleep. Meanwhile, back at the cave, the monster was about to crawl out. Cage quickly planted explosives at the cave entrance and shouted for Thomas to get back. The moment the monster's arm reached outside, Cage detonated the bomb. But did Cage manage to save his son? Like the video and drop a comment if you want to see more incredible stories like this.